muy buenas a todos, guapísimos, aquí Vegeta700. Hola chicos, no hay que perder la costumbre y subir videitos.
¡Matadlo!
Hoy vamos a ver un vídeo. Vamos a ver a un calvo que hace 500 dominadas. ¿Y por qué? No sé, me ha apetecido. Puntualizo dos cosas. Uno, no es pico de oro. A ver, no todos los calvos del mundo tienen por qué ser pico de oro. No pasa nada. Y dos, voy a hacer este reto. Voy a hacer estas 500 dominadas.
Tengo miedo, tengo miedo. No, tengo miedo. No voy a tener confianza. Tengo miedo.
Pero no, va a ser mucho mejor. Por cada like que deis al vídeo, voy a hacer una dominada. Es decir, si el vídeo llega a 500 likes, pues hago 500 dominadas. Si llega a 700, pues 700. Pero lo haré como lo hace este hombre. Así que, vamos allá. Bueno, ahora solo me grabo y ya está, dinero. ¡Woo!
What you're about to witness is one of the hardest workouts I've ever done. 500 reps of pull-ups. I'm showing you every single clip. Took me about 3 hours to complete this. Rest about a minute between each set, but towards the end, you're going longer and longer. And also every 100 reps, you take a 3-minute little break. So that's how you would divide all this. I was inspired of trying this out after looking at some prisoner style workouts, in addition to David Goggins. His book really changed my life, and one of the strategies he talks about when he was going for his world record on the pull-ups was high sets, low reps, but not in the typical fashion. Not 10 sets of 3. No, far beyond that, 100 sets of 5. And in some extreme cases, when the fatigue really sets in, you end up doing triples. So in that case, the sets need to be even higher. So that's what you're seeing right now. I know the clips itself might be boring, but I want to show you everything, man. This is a milestone for me. I've done this in the past, but never with this amount of repetitions. Best I did was around 200. Actually, I've done this twice. I did it in 2018 and in 2019, so it's like a once-a-year type thing. And I figured, hey, since we're locked down, what can we do to elevate ourselves, physically and mentally? That's when I remembered this amazing strategy. And I chose 500 because it's a nice little number, isn't it? It's half of 1,000. And I've done 1,000 push-ups in the workout before, but never 500 pulls. And if we compare the intensity, I mean, obviously doing 1,000 pull-ups is much harder. At the same time, since I uploaded that 500 prison workout with the push-ups, I was like, I need something to complement it. Obviously, this one is a lot more difficult, but still, I wanted 500 reps. And what I can tell you based off completing this is that the first 100 are really easy. Not a problem whatsoever. You're going to bang through that 20-25 minutes tops. And the next 200 start getting a bit more challenging. Actually, around rep 150, that's when you start feeling the fatigue a little bit, but it's not too crazy. And you'll notice that's when I began to experiment more and more with the grip widths. This is because my biceps were starting to get tired. And you got to manipulate your placement. This way, some areas are getting a bit more affected than others. It's hard to explain, but when you get off that pull-up bar, you're aching in a strange way. There really is an endurance aspect to it, but also finding your groove. Like, you'll notice that my technique does change a little bit. Obviously, I'm trying to squeeze my back at the top on every single rep, and I'm controlling. I'm using decent form. This ain't some kipping stuff, man. So I'm happy about that. But I can tell you for an absolute fact that changing the grips work. And you'll find out very quickly which grip maximizes your endurance. I used to think that the close semi-neutral was my preferred style, but I came to really enjoy this medium neutral, which is a grip that I just thought about doing recently, let's say 2 months ago. Because I've done wide and close, but I never thought of actually going on one side of that bar since it's uneven, right? But it works, and I found this to be the greatest grip. Also, when you grab on, man, like, don't use a complete hold. I would recommend thumb on top. This will disengage the forearms a little bit, which is what we're trying to do because those forearms are already going to be aching. Like, I can't even describe the sensation that I feel right now. And also, there's the hand gripping that goes on. Which is exactly what happened to me. You got this hand pain coming in, and then your biceps are really, really, really starting to ache. So over here, you saw me try to do a wide grip, and I can tell you that's the worst one for this type of challenge. Stay the hell away from it. You want something close to medium grip. That's what maximizes your leverages, at least for endurance, man. We want to get appropriate range of motion, but without having to strain too much. And I feel like this really maximizes the strength curve. So Hey guys, if you have a pull-up bar, if you're someone who's been judging calisthenics for a long time, this is what you got to start doing. At least one time. Like, try it one time. So over here, you can see I'm starting to struggle a little bit. The pain is starting to get there, and I'm just pushing through mentally, man. That's why I'm saying that this is a mindset workout. This is for really building character, eliminating our perceived limitations. Because you're going to want to quit so many times, it's unbelievable. And also, you got to stay on point with your time, too, or else you're going to be in this gym all day. In my case, I had a stopwatch, well, actually a regular watch, but it comes with a little dial on the side, right? So I can nail it perfectly in terms of how long I got to rest. And that averages about a minute. But sometimes you get really, really exhausted. You got to up it a little bit. So that's why this workout was time consuming. You can see how the lights change in this room, which is pretty cool. It gives off that hyperbolic time chamber vibe, if you will. That's the experience, man. I'm filming every single set. And some guys may be asking, Alex, how are you able to do this? Like, did you do any special training for this or whatever? And my response would be no. I would have to credit, close to 2 years of pull-up specialization? I've been doing this since 2018, ever since I cut. So it's been a while that I've been doing weighted pull-ups and regular pull-ups. And obviously my training methodologies are concurrent based. So I have a weekly volume and intensity day. So twice a week where you do regular pull-ups, weighted, right? But the percentages are different. So on one workout, I might be doing 1 max pull-ups. The other day, 3 sets of 3. The other day could be 5 sets of 5 approach. Ramping sets, back-off sets. You know, that's what I do for heavy work. And I'm always rotating the grips to prevent overuse. Actually, you're seeing it right now how I'm rotating grips, right? I've already used all those in weighted variations. So that's like how I build my absolute strength, you know? And then there's the volume aspect. So I do a lot of 3 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10, 3 to 5 sets, 15 to 20. I've always responded really well at the higher repetitions on pull-ups. And then I do a weighted, obviously. I've done 90 pounds on the weighted pull-up for 14 repetitions. That's my all-time PR. And imagine, if you can do 14 with that much weight hanging down your waist, well, obviously it's going to be easier to just rep out your body weight. So the percentage of your 1 rep max is lower. That's why when you're seeing these 5s, I'm not at failure. Like, most of these sets are pretty clean. It gets closer to failure at the end because now we're really, really tapping in. Similar to that push workout where the diamonds off the knees are incredibly challenging. It's kind of the same concept here, pre-exhaustion, right? So that's how I'm able to do it. That's how I built up the strength. I didn't practice this drill specifically. There are some guys who really hone in on this, right? They're doing endurance, marathon type workouts on a daily basis. I don't do that, man. And I wouldn't even classify myself as a calisthenics athlete. I'm just a dude who's obsessed with learning and training. And by the way I tracked it is I would write 5, then do my next set, 5, 5, 5. So total 10, then I'll write equals 50. Then I'll do my other row, same process, right? Equals 50. So I break it up into that. So you end up with 10 rows of 50. Mentally, it just makes it easier to push through. And also, you don't want to write everything down beforehand. Getting cold, man. It's really about taking things one step at a time, because if you already wrote out what you're going to do, but it's not done yet, it can really affect you psychologically, because you realize that there's so much more to go. And I can tell you that halfway through, you're going to want to quit. So right here, I throw on the tank. Honestly, I was starting to get cold, dude. I had a fan on, and the sweat was making me cold. Like, I live in Canada, and it's not actually nice outside. Even though it looks sunny, haven't quite hit that point yet. Obviously not in the minus, but it's pretty cold outside. And I'm starting to feel that in here. So I know that's extremely strange. You would be like, Alex, wouldn't you be warmer after banging out all these reps? But I got to be honest with you, the sweat was not that intense. Like, you can look at my body. Is there a lot of sweat there? Not really. A little bit on the forehead. Actually, shaving the head makes a difference, not gonna lie. But it was like a refrigerator in this room. Pretty damn cold. So I throw in the tank. At some point, it starts getting hotter. Probably because now the exhaustion is really freaking insane. And that's when I take it off. So in the meantime, you can enjoy this. You realize that there's so much more to go. And for me, and I think we're past that point in this video, it was around rep 250 that I felt like, wow, how the hell am I going to do this? But I really wanted to film this workout for you guys, and I was already committed to the cause. I was like, it's a mindset, man. I knew that it was possible. I just had to hone in my abilities. I could tell by the clips, I could tell by the rep speed, the way that I was feeling. I just need to calibrate accordingly, and that's how I figured out the whole grip with concept, you know, and just maximizing that groove. So I'm lucky that I was able to do 5 reps, and at some point the 5th rep becomes failure almost, but never quite hit that point. So understanding this, staying logical, refraining from my emotional state, I realized this could be done. And that's why I kept pushing. Yeah, you're gonna have to rest a little bit longer at some point. Maybe 3 to 5 minutes every 50 reps. That could potentially happen. As I said at the beginning, this workout was time consuming. I didn't break it up throughout the day. Actually, I think that would be even more difficult, but I didn't do that. It was one shot, man, with mini breaks that is just standard rest intervals. And when you're resting a little bit longer, that's when the pain sets in the most mentally. That's when you're like, God damn, this is psychotic. What's the point of this, man? What, like no one will know, right? I could just use this as B-roll. Why do I have to upload this entire workout? Who's gonna leave me accountable? And again, that's why when I was listening to the Greg playlist in this workout, it put me back to my senses as well. And I just kept thinking about successful figures, people who I look up to. How would they approach the situation? And putting that back into perspective, I was like, nah, man, we ain't quitting. I don't care if this takes me all night. I don't care if it's pitch black outside. We're gonna finish this damn workout. I was really, really committed to the cause. And at some point, I got into a flow state. This is all I was thinking about. There was nothing else on my mind. You go on airplane mode, you're just repping these out, bro. Listen to the music. And again, changing up the genres because it makes a difference psychologically. It makes you feel like you're doing a different workout. So we started with some Dragon Ball Z music, and some Greg Plitt stuff, then some gangster rap, then a little bit of heavy metal, followed by some Yakuza music, and even Dancing with the Dead. Great band, by the way. Oh, and shout out to Saint Enigma for these amazing Dragon Ball Z songs. I'm actually blown away how amazing they are. Actually, that's what I first started listening to when I began doing the calisthenics again, because Dragon Ball Z was always inspirational to me in terms of raising the mindset. I wanted to be a goddamn Super Saiyan when I was a little kid, you know? Obviously, with this bald head, I look more like Krillin right now, but hey, that's besides the point. We're killing it over here, bro, mentally and physically. Endurance training, but also I believe you can get a great physique doing this. I had a subscriber send me his prison workout, and he said it was 1,000 reps. Now, whether you believe him or not, that's still pretty insane. And I know that there are some individuals who are capable of hitting reps like that. David Goggins being one of them. He's done over 2,000. World record, I believe. I don't know if it's been beaten now, but I mean, it really is the power of the mind. Mind over matter, boys. So we're closing in here. We're going to be done this workout very, very soon. I believe there's less than 100 reps at this point. And that's when the shirt really comes off. Take a look at the atmosphere, how it's changed with the lights and everything. It wasn't nighttime yet, but it was starting to get there. It was getting dark. Started this workout around 3 p.m., done by around 6. So, took my time. Actually, the first 200 reps were quick. It was the last 300 that took a little bit more time. And the last 250 specifically were the most difficult. Looking back, how the heck did I complete that? You know? I look at my list, I'm like, God damn. That was actually psychotic. The fact that I have all those 5s written down. So I'm really happy, and I hope that someone is motivated by this. I hope that if you made it through the end of this video, you're going to try this out. Maybe not 500 right off the bat, but do simple 100. You're able to do 3 to 5 pull-ups in one set? Perfect. That's all you need to get started, man. High sets, low reps. Doesn't have to just be 100 sets of 5. So get right into it, man. Challenge that mindset. This is the lockdown workout. And enjoy the gains, bro, because this can do more for you than just endurance. This will change your life in so many different aspects. It's about living in the uncomfortable moments, and you're going to see what I mean in my later commentary. So we're almost done over here. Bro, I'm surprised I could still maintain this form. It's somewhat decent. Ah, fuck, it happened. Finally ripped. Like, I'm grooving it in a way that's a bit more favorable, but hey, this ain't bad. And I'm still squeezing the back, too. That's why the pump was actually insane, man. Like, today, could barely move. There's so much freaking tension, and I slept like a baby. Actually, I slept 10 hours after this workout, which I could do with the extra free time now. And there you have it, bro. We got another set after this. Really hope you try this out. I hope you challenge yourself and film it, man. Let's start getting these videos up on YouTube. Anyway, you may notice that I'm wearing gloves now. That's because I ripped my hand completely open, was bleeding all over the place. So what did I do? I cleaned it up, put on the gloves, and kept going. I was determined in finishing this workout. We already pushed through the hardest moments, and I wasn't going to give up now just because of a little bit of hand pain. And I wasn't about to get my bloody hand over the barbell either. That could be a little bit dangerous in terms of slipping, and I don't want to cause any problems in regards to that. So we put on the glove, and we keep going. So we're almost at the end. I think this is the second last set. Put on the Yakuza music, man, and we just blast through it, man. And at this point, surprisingly, it was getting easier than the last 50 reps because I was truly in a freaking flow state, man. Like, final set, guys. I was ready to complete this. So this is it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time.
One more rep. We did it. Bueno, chicos, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Si queréis que haga este tipo de vídeo, sabéis, dadle a like y a ver cuántas dominadas tendremos que hacer. Un saludo a todos, que disfrutéis con el fitness y hasta luego.